My name is Scott Robertson, and I'm a member of the nonprofit organization Let Hope Begin Here, Guatemala. As I've processed my own grief, I've realized what a unique and profound privilege that I've had in knowing Jane since we were all children. Jane, Julie, and John lived in Denton, and our families would get together on occasion when my family lived in Fort Worth. As Providence would have it, our fathers had been fraternity brothers at the University of Texas in the 1940s, and Jane became my friend. When the Ragsdale family moved to Hunt in the 1960s, Jane and I lost touch for the most part until about 10 years ago. She learned that I was doing developmental missions work in 23 remote rural villages in southeastern Guatemala. She asked if she and her son, Dean, could join me for a service week. Also, quite providentially, Jane had been a Spanish and journalism double major in college and worked as a journalist in Guatemala in the late 1980s for 2 years. Many of you may not know that. She wanted Dean to have a cross-cultural service opportunity since he was already bilingual by her choice. Well, Jane came and fell in love with the people in our flagship village of Guatemala and started coming with our team every year thereafter. And they fell in love with Jane, which is not hard to imagine. They loved her more than they even liked me. My theory is that her Spanish was so eloquent and mine was so horrible that the choice was preordained. I'll say, oh, now I'm Methodist. Can I use that term, preordained? I didn't know whether the Presbyterians might have it copyrighted or something. Those of you who aren't Presbyterian won't get that joke, but that's all right. It's probably explained in the user manual that you handed when you came in. Let Hope Begin Here, Guatemala had been invited to help with accessible health care for women and children who have to walk 5 hours to a public health clinic, and also to help with microeconomic development for women who live on $1 a day or less, and to establish a tuition-free vocational technical training school to educate children out of rural poverty. Jane loved the work that we were committed to and the people so much so that she also agreed to be on our board of directors and recruited 2 of your congregational members to join her, Mary Ellen Summerlin and Ross Newstead. To the villages, Jane was known as Senora Juanita. They loved her and grieved with us today. She never agreed with those who said that trying to help the poor out of their situation was an impossible task or a waste of time and money. With her help and that of other volunteers and the support of this congregation, we've been able to scholarship academically motivated elementary school students to attend secondary school. We've worked with Habitat for Humanity of Guatemala to build a women's cooperative center. We've installed a solar power water purification system at their church with the help of Mitch Mitchell, who also attends your congregation. We also built an elementary school kitchen so that teachers can extend the elementary school day to 6 hours with an additional early childhood and prenatal feeding program. We've also been able to start a successful women's sewing cooperative with 2 treadle sewing machines, as well as provide school supplies for our 4 most impoverished schools. She helped accomplish quite a bit. Jane lived what is called by social psychologists, a meaningful life. She served others with compassion. Jane believed that religion in general and Christianity in particular needed to be relevant. If the good news isn't better news than you've already got, it's not any news at all. And we thought that we were taking Jesus to the villages only to find out that Jesus was already there waiting for us to show up and make him relevant. Another mission team with whom we shared a hotel dining room once asked Jane in I thought a somewhat condescending manner, what role evangelism played in our work with the villages. If you grew up as an evangelical, you know there are certain questions and certain right answers. But Jane cleverly told them that we tried to imagine Jesus with a hammer and then do what we thought he would do, which I thought was pretty clever. Jesus needed to be visible and relevant before he was good news. To me, Jane was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of person. The world could use another 100,000 just like her, many of whom I think are sitting in this audience today. But we only got one. In 2027 or 28, with the help of Habitat for Humanity and other support, we plan to build a rural women and children's clinic in her honor, eventually connecting it by telemedicine and delivery drone to the closest public health clinic 5 hours away, and the public health hospital that's another 2-hour bus ride from that point if you're still alive. We hope to name it Clínica Juanita de Pinzón, or possibly just Jane's Heart. That her impact and presence continue into our next 20 years of service. We're really going to miss her. She was a good friend and faithful servant to us all.